Good morning, guys. Lillian with Lily Ray's Collection. Today I am going to open up my smart box. Actually, I opened it up yesterday, but I wanted to do a reveal today because the items that are inside this box are amazeballs. So, here we go. I receive this once a month, and this is my second box. I'm going to turn it around so I don't hit my camera. They do have beautiful wrapping. Everything comes pristine with bubble wrap. I always save the bubble wrap because you could use it either to send another package out, or you could use this as a stamp for bubbles. So this is the pamphlet that comes in the box. It gives you examples of the markers that are in here. Now these markers came in a package and they were completely sealed. No, actually these were not. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. These came in a box, unwrapped. So these are supposed to be permanent markers by Graphics. I like the brand Graphics. Here it tells you the information for the markers. Let's see. In 1910, Lee Newman patented a felt tip marker pen. In 26, Benjamin Pashkin patented the fountain pen. In 53, it consisted of a glass tube. Wow, it's gone through several changes. So now it's a plastic covering, and these are good to be used on glass, plastic, wood, metal, and stone. And they have it's a double-sided nib. So on one side you have a fine tip. Let me show you. This is the, whoops, you go this way. See that? And then on the other side, it should be a fine point. Oh boy, there we go. You see that? And we're gonna try these out today. Okay, and these are the Marabou Hero Galaxy Marker 24 set, and they even give you the price for it. These are $34.99. All right, and then we have the pigment liner set, 3 in a set. You have a 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5. I haven't opened these up yet, but we're going to try these as well. I needed a new set because my microns are getting a little dry. Wow, look at that. Oh, there we go. So I'm excited to try these out. And then they give you a marker board and also a lettering board. And these are by Crest Creative Products. And these boards are, let me see, the Crest boards for 3, it says 3 in a pack for $5.96. And then the illustrative board, which is the marker board, is 3 in a pack for $5.96. I think it's worth getting the box. I mean, my last box I was a little disappointed with. I didn't get what I thought I was going to get for the price that I'm paying for the box. So I said I'm going to give it one more chance, and this is the second box, and they outdid themselves. I also received these pencils, excuse me, 12 sketch pencils, and they go from 1 through 10. Whoops. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Gotta be gentle with the pencils. Okay, so that's the box, and of course you get a little sticker. And that's it for the box. So I had something sketched out that I wanted to use the markers on, but because they've provided this marker board, I'm going to go ahead and use the marker board. I'll just set the crayons, the markers aside. So they also give you projects that you can, ideas for projects that you could make. This one I do want to make. That's not what I want to make. Maybe I should I make that now? No, I want to make a face. I want to make a face. Okay, so we're going to do a face. Let's see how thick these are. Oh, look at that. 1. Oh, 3. Okay. I like to keep them in the package so that they stay pristine. They don't get dirty. Okay, so let's see where my face is. This one. I did this one last night, and that's who we're going to sketch out. And we're going to use their pencils. I used number 6, and that's a very hard lead. Let me see if I use a softer lead. I like the B's because they're a little softer. Let me see, what's this one? This one's just a plain B. Okay, we're gonna use the B. It's the first time me using a board to sketch on. Maybe I should just I don't want to erase on my board. Let me see if this is gonna work. I have my transfer paper here. This is just regular carbon paper. Let's see if this is gonna work. I'll use this corner because I really don't want to erase on my board. Okay. And then instead of using a pencil, I'm gonna use, oh boy, I'm gonna use my handy dandy, I don't know what you call these. This is, let's see if this is gonna work, because this paper is pretty thick. Oh, it's working. It's working. I hope we have enough light. I'm trying to press as hard as I can. Oh boy. My hand is definitely not steady. we're gonna go with it. We get the gist of the lines. The only thing with this is that I think that if you wanted to change the hair, you couldn't, because it's graphite. Anyway, I'm gonna turn her a little bit so I could grab this a little better. I gave her big pupils. Okay. Let me double check. Check, double check. Good enough. Oh, much better. So I'll save that one. And this is good to be, to reuse this as many times as you'd like. Don't throw that away. Okay, so. See, and this is from my hand here. So let me see something here. Is it erasable? Oh, it is. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and use the markers. Now, again, I don't know the coverage on this. It's the first time using them, so they are permanent alcohol-based markers. This one is 1.0 mm, and the thin side is 0.5. All right, I think this is okay. Do I dare? All right, let me do her eyes. Let's start with the eyes. Oh. If they feel good. Okay. These feel really, really good. Very good. Okay. Let's give her some more. Let me not forget her neck, because I always forget to do the neck and the ears. Okay. All right, so I used that one. And now we're going to use, we have these two browns. This one looks like a burnt sienna. Oh, it says cocoa. And this one is cinnamon. Those are the two choices. This one is, I think, burgundy. Let's see. Actually, this says pink candy. But that looks really dark. I may do her lips with that. Okay, so let's try the cinnamon. The cinnamon we're going to use for the darker. I don't see any streaks, so that's a good that's a good indication that there are no streaks. Hope my head's not in the way. For anyone who is interested in me seeing me do more faces, like for beginners or just anyone, if you're interested in me doing faces on my channel, please let me know in the links below, and I will gladly do faces. I usually have this on time lapse because it does take time, but this is a demonstration, so and I kind of prefer this to the time lapse, but not everyone does, so just give me a comment down below. Okay, so then here, this is too far in. I can't do anything about it now, but just so that you know, I usually line up my eyebrow with my eyes. And so sometimes the eyebrow goes in further, but in this case, because the portrait is so small, I would have extended the eyebrows more in the center and then angled the eyebrows, and from that angle I would then do the eyes. But we can't do that now, so I'm going to guesstimate. And this is always dark. So this here, go like that, as well as in here. I'm gonna do the same even though they're not lined up. I want to use this as a guide. I wonder if I could blend these. Let's see if I could blend this. Does it move? Doesn't look like it's moving. Doesn't look like it's moving. So I'm going to go ahead and use this light color for the bridge of her nose. I'm going to make this a little smaller. This is the highlight that's you normally have on your forehead. And then I'm going to leave the white highlight that goes on top of the nose. But I don't want to leave it too big. Like that. And then this I'm going to put on the outside here. I don't like when the things are so white like that, but so I'm going to take, and from here I'm going to cross it over like that, and then I'm going to fill this in here. And I'm going to bring it down, and remember the chin is always a little white, but not the whole chin. I'm going to do the same thing here. And I know when I started making faces, it's only been, I think, a year and maybe 2 months for me. Everything was so confusing because you have to figure out proportions, and you have to leave the white. The hardest part for me was leaving the white on the face because those are the highlights. And then once you figure out the proportions of the face, it's I want to say it's kind of golden. I'm going to leave the white of the upper lid white because that's supposed to have highlights. But again, I don't like leaving it completely white. So I'm just going to leave a portion of it like that. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm going to take the cinnamon and underneath the neck is always dark because your chin protrudes out, and that is always shaded. So I'm going to take and bring this down. And do the rest of this. This neck is a little too dark, but I can't blend it, so we're going to have to go with it. She's going to be a mannequin head that you use when you go to beauty school, which I did and learned absolutely nothing. All right, I'm going to use this one again. I'm going to go ahead and cover that. All right. I'm tempted to cover those, but I'm going to leave it for now. Now let's go ahead and work on her eyes. And I want to give her, I always do green eyes. Let me do this teal. And her eyes are not even, oh God, this is so dark. And again, I should have done this. I should have just left a little highlight and added a lighter color, like a gray, but I'll do the gray over. Let's go ahead and even out her eyes. This is a very light gray, and then they have this one. So let's see what the difference is. I think this is a blue gray. This is stone gray, and this one is a light gray. So I'm going to use the light gray. And because the inside of someone's eye, like this area, is not completely white, we're going to gray out her eyes just a little bit. And then her pupil, of course, is black. Now, I have a white highlighter. I want to see if the white works to give her highlights in the eyes. So that's why I'm going to do the whole thing. Okay. Let me do the cinnamon. I'm tempted to erase that, but I don't think that I can. Normally you wouldn't outline the eyes like this, but she's a portrait, so I'm just going to go ahead and outline it. I'm going to use this for her eyelashes too. So, oh boy, let me try it with this one. This is just a rubber eraser, school eraser. Okay, it's better. Oh, good. All right, that's better. All right, I want to do her lips. Her lips. This is kind of dark for her lips. I'm going to give her pink lips. Oh boy. Okay, remember the center of your lip is round, and then the rest is rounded as well. She looks a little scary, but, and then the bottom is supposed to be lighter, but I don't have a lighter color, so I'm just going to leave that highlight on her lips. Okay, I'll be using that one. What color hair do we want her to have? Should we give her pink hair since she has pink lips? Let's do that, since these are markers and I can't. I'm thinking. Oh, I have another gray. This is a beige gray, and this is the stone gray, which has blue in it. And then, oh boy, there's no white. I thought there was a white marker on there, but that's okay. We'll fix that. I have an acrylic white. So I'm gonna use this stone gray. Oof. I'm gonna use the stone gray to kind of leave some highlights. Because if I don't do it this way, I will do all of the hair. And then this is you know, you have to experiment in order to kind of learn what's good for you when you art and what's not, what works for you and what doesn't. So here I'm going to go ahead and do a highlight in the front. This is the back of her head. So I'll leave a big chunk like that, and then I'll come in with the pink, and then I'll do the same thing on this side, and we'll say that the lighting is over her head. Leave a chunk here as well. And you see how I'm going with the curve of the hair so that you can see that this is dipped. And these are supposed to be a little darker because they're receding, they're going in. Come down here. And leave another chunk. And see, this is receding, so this is like a wave in, going inward, and then this is out. So what's out should have a touch of highlight. That's how I see it anyway. And then this is gonna go in again. And this one out. Okay. Let's do another one here. We'll leave a small one there. And all of this will be dark because this is the inside of her hair. And that doesn't get any light. And again, wherever you see the gray, I'm gonna do pink. I just didn't want the pink to be so loud. So I'm just toning it down. I'm gonna leave a little sliver of highlight right about there, like that. And then all this again, I'm just gonna leave another sliver of highlight. This is the hardest for me, are the highlights, because I just want to paint over everything. So all of this is dark. And I leave a sliver of highlight there. And then because there's a bump out here, I'm gonna leave a highlight there. I think I'm gonna close this highlight just a little bit. They don't need to be so big. You could do it all the way across like this one, that's fine, or just a little bit. I like when the highlights are subtle. And remember, I couldn't do any blending with this, so this is what we get. Let me do another. Like that. Just like that. I'm making this. I don't want to make it too dark because I'm going to put the pink over it. Okay. Let me do her eyebrows before I forget. And then I'll come back with the fine tip to do her eyebrows. With the pink. Okay. Let me go ahead and try and do her eyebrows with the pink. I have to figure out a way to blend her face. Her face is too... Okay, let me do this bottom portion. So maybe I'll oh boy. I think it was a stone. I want to make this one smaller. I'm gonna try tone down her face because her face needs to be toned down. Let me see if I use this for her nostrils. Oh, and the cinnamon. The cinnamon needs to be something lighter that can blend all of this. I guess if I continue to do another layer, it'll get darker. So let's try that. They needed to have another lighter brown like this, or a lighter cinnamon, in order to kind of tone these colors down. But all in all, the selection, I mean the colors went down really nice. Go ahead and do another coat. Okay, let me work on her eyes. And then we have to give her, actually let me do that first, because for some reason I can see what I need to do. This is Arteza Gel Pen 0.8. I'm going to give her a dot over here, dot over here. Actually, these are called highlights. And then I'm going to, and then another one down here. Okay. These are from Arteza and they are fantastic. Better than that white gel pen that's very popular. I used to have it, I'll think of the name and I'll put it down below. Those are 100% better. I'm gonna give her long eyelashes. Wow, these are good for eyelashes. Very nice. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I don't like her. This. Too bad I can't blend these. These needed to be blended out. So I don't know if I would use this for faces again, because you can't blend these. I do like how they lay down colors, so maybe these would be good for animals, a bird, you know, just anything else other than a face. Okay. It's more like a caricature. These are great for eyelining. I like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna sign it, and again, these are good for animals, not for faces, because you can't really blend it. All right, guys, please leave your questions and comments down below. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed this mini presentation of the Marabou permanent markers. I'm sorry, not Marabou. I keep saying the wrong name. It's Graphics. Oh, they are Marabou. Sorry. It's Marabou permanent markers by Graphics. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.